line. Check the radio, pit crew is far from slow. The lights no longer yellow. Ready, steady, go. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 In love with the ride. Burning rubber smells real nice. Fuel it up once or twice. Come on, fast is the way to drive. Crowds all on their feet. Not one bothered by the heat. Imagine them in the driver's seat. Checkered flag would be sweet. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 Everybody get ready. On your feet. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Crank it up. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. Crank it up.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back here live on the Pizza Race TV. We are going to give you a showcase today as we've got some grassroots racing super late models at the famed North Wilkesboro Speedway, live here on Pizza Racing TV. Hi again, everyone. I am the Crusader Christian Char, joining you guys back here today. A live one today and a live call. We got yourself something in the works, and this is what we got for you. It's a strong showing and a strong battle to be presented to you with a lot of heavy hitters ready to roll it down onto the circuit as they will take on the old treacherous ranked up little roundabout that is North Wilkesboro Speedway. Slick terrain, hard corrupts, and a lot of hard racing to match and fold with the power of a super late model at its disposal. It's a lot to watch out for on this track as we take a look at our track tech talk, presented in part by our friends at Wrapz. Thanks for presenting the graphic there, Wrapz. This right here just shows you everything you need to know. Just over half mile in length. It is a unique configuration, oval in shape, but tough in terrain. There is a downslope entering to turn number 1 and 2, coming down up to 3 and 4, a little uphill battle, and then it's a long road to success down to that front straightaway. So look for the drivers early on to be braking hard in turn 1 and 2 to get the cars settled down. And as time goes on, then comes a matter of being smoother and smoother in order to build speed and build out from the wear and tear of the tires. So an interesting dynamic of tricks and racing, of course, to follow up with as Robert Kahn. I'm not sure what the heck that 88 is doing down there, but it looks like he has decided to park it in front of a tire barrier there, or the little barrier down on the edge of the corner into pit road. I don't know if I would have necessarily have parked it there if you tell me that. But then again, I'm not the rattlesnake, so what do I know? Looking at our starting lineup today here, Cody Nelson, the number 7, making a return to the show here. It's good to see him back out there. Robert Kahn, currently second fastest in the practice session. Blake Treyway going third fastest. Chantel Trotapado going fourth fastest so far. Troy Bradford in the 5th spot as we watch him go around the track here. And then, of course, Mike Rideout, Michael Pratt, and Eric Blount joining us today here. So we got an 8-car field, 8-driver field up. Could be more coming down. We just need a little bit more time to see if they will show up. It's interesting to see, though, just how much wear and tear these drivers are going to face and how much they're going to bring to the table, considering everything they got to deal with and they got to kind of put into connections here. So we'll see what happens there as they get ready to roll it out. Now, I will say we don't have 9 minutes left on the clock for practice. We only have a couple more minutes left here before the drivers get onto the track. Probably some driver tech talk and driver meetings here being put up there. Sorry, I'm just drawing blanks here today, guys. If you think by now how long I've done this, I would have remembered some of these things. Nope, sometimes even I have a habit of forgetting, so. You can see the field, though, all in their corners and in their pit stalls right now, just waiting for their time to get out on the track and run it down onto the circuit. I'm interested to see, really, just how far and how long they will take in order to build this much aggression, this much level of speed and conditioning and endurance that you have to do. Because, again, I've ran here in North Wilkesboro many times. I've won here many times. It's one of my absolute favorite tracks to run on. It's up there with Wilkesboro Speedway. It's up there with the likes of Lanier National Speedway. It's up there with the likes, even for me. I put it up there with one of my other favorite tracks that I absolutely love to burn down on in Iowa Speedway. This place, to me, just has that grassroots feel, a little bit of home into it, and a lot of love into it as much as anything. So I suspect that we will see a little bit of the bump and runs. I'll suspect we'll see a little bit of some heavy outgoing racing here between these drivers. Certainly should be interesting to see, but at the end of the day, it all pinpoints back to who can manage the track and manage themselves ahead of the mess that they can get themselves into. So just a few more minutes left. I think we have about 3 more minutes left here, and we're going to get to the qualifying session here, guys. So just give us one moment here, as currently drivers are still waiting their time out here, waiting for their track. Not to start on a sad note as well, but I do just want to at least say a little tribute to some of my childhood heroes as well. Just found out about the news really about Bray Wyatt as well as Terry Funk. So I just want to say real quick to their friends and families and out there that heartfelt condolences as well. They are one of the reasons I honestly got into the entertainment business, and one of the reasons I even do what I do today. So if it wasn't for them and what they brought to the entertainment world and their contributions, I probably would have had a lot less fun and a lot less excitement in my life and a lot less interesting things to say. So for them and everyone that was a part of those companies, I appreciate you and I thank you for all the great memories you've left behind. Rest in peace, rest in peace to our 2 greats we've lost above. Well, that out of the way too, though, and a little tribute to them. And we'll get him rallied out here with Robert Kahn, getting a little bit of time now to set on the track. Trying to see what he can do here, but it looks like didn't quite get the corner he wanted off the turn number 2. So it looks like maybe he's just trying to see how the car is going to handle, how it's feeling. Maybe see if there's any little punchback or pushback the car is going to throw at him here. I would say probably not, though, as qualifying has now finally begun here. So long qualifying, 5 minutes on the clock. Let's see what happens. Entering out first, Chantel Bottle and the Rattlesnake, Robert Kahn, with Mike Rideout now second up on the bout. And looks like Rideout will be the first to enter into the arena. Now here's something about Rideout. I'll tell you this, guys, right now. He's one tough hombre on that tire strategy and the fuel runs. You just can't deny what he's up to and what he's going to try to bring to the table. He's going to push your limits. He's going to push your luck quite a bit, so you got to be careful not to get overdriven or outran by him. Watch for a lot of drivers to really be pushed up to their luck and pushed up to themselves, knowing that it's going to be a long, long fight from start to finish. Rideout's first lap coming up down to the straightaway. He's going to set a time of 18.12. That's the first time on the mark. Robert Kahn now going to roll his time on the track here. Rolls it off turn number 4. Time is an 18.03 for the first lap. One more lap around. Showing it off into the distance here. Bottle with an 8.12 as well on Rideout. And can't get anything better. She'll stick with that. Kahn, ooh, that's what you don't do on a super late model, is let it get loose. And he drove it, but it wouldn't stick. 19.07 for Ray Radford, the 47. Great to see him back out here. He'll set 5th fastest so far. A bit of a shocker, like Treywick, only an 18.18. Not a time usually we see from him. That's going to be interesting to see how he kind of combats from that. Definitely not his usual speeds there. Troy Radford now onto the track. His first lap coming up. Walmart come down into an 18.12. He'll tie Rideout and Bottle, but it's thousandth of a second. Just a little bit better than the Bottle, but not enough to take down Rideout. Second lap coming up now. Rolls it down through corner number 3 into 4. What will Radford get? The McDonald's machines envied up like Bill Elliott, trying to find the Elliott speed. Not gonna get it though. He's going to tie his original time, 18.12. Not even a 10,000 second faster than Rideout either. So right now we got Kahn, Rideout, Radford, Bottle, and Treywick your top 5. 9 total drivers have now entered into the scene here with 2 minutes left on the clock. What's an interesting development we have going on here? 150 laps to the distance, super late model cars at North Wilkesboro Speedway, and a gluttony of heavy endurance, heavy speed, and just overall power being put together in a mass display of hard racing and hard shootouts for these drivers to have to go one-on-one with one another. An interesting build-up, and that's why I love this place, because it just makes it that much more sweeter. So right now, currently, as we are getting settled into the show here, be sure to share us around as well, ladies and gentlemen. Give us a like, give us a follow. Subscribe to our YouTube channel as much as anything. We appreciate you. We love it. We love you guys. Thank you so much for the support. Also, if you guys have not already, we want to let you know as well, we do have some openings for our broadcast channel here. Of course, we have Saturday nights opened up, ready to go for anybody that wishes. We have right now an opening on Wednesday nights as well here coming up. And if you really want to, there is some late Monday night openings here. So if you guys want to get the best broadcast and the craziest action called up on the circuit, well, you put on the performance and we'll do the rest. Be sure to get in touch with us by messaging us up on our Facebook for more information. Well, time has now come, ladies and gentlemen. It is time to turn on the volumes and crank up the speeds. When we come back, it is time to go racing in North Wilkesboro. Stay tuned with us. It's time to hit the intro for Pit Stall Racing Series. Time for the Pit Stall Racing Series. When you need the best designs in your fleet of vehicles, there's only one brand name that many trust in. One that makes every car pop out from the rest of the field, and that is Lightning Wrapz. Be sure to check us out on Facebook at Lightning Wrapz. Get yourself a vehicle unlike the rest. Lightning Wrapz, the most affordable designs made at your leisure. Well, at long last, ladies and gentlemen, that time has come. Here we are, and here is your grading order for tonight's action-packed race here in North Wilkesboro. On the pole, in number 88, it will be the Rattlesnake Robert Kahn. It is outside in the number 7. It is Cody Nelson. Row number 2 in the 76, Mike Rideout will pilot it with the outside in the 94. That's Roy Radford. Row number 3, in the number 5. It is the Throttle Chantel Bottle. They're outside in the 56, Blake Treywick. Row number 4 is the 47 Ray Radford. The outside. And the number 3 is Michael Pratt. And finally, in the final starting spot today, the number 6 is Eric Blount. Blount not able to make the call right away, so we'll take 8 with us to the line. Blount will have a chance to come back in this one, see if he can get going there. Cody Nelson. Time or two we haven't seen him out on the track. Great to see him back with us. The big 7 Fury machine. Blacked up, schemed up, ready to fight. Rattlesnake Robert Kahn showing for a little bit more of a simple look on the 88 today, but he will have a big green old Mountain Dewed up scheme of right behind him, looking to try to sing it down. And I guess when you're wanting a little bit of some food with that drink, you call up Radford. But then if you want to sweeten the deal and get some schemes up on that, you got that 5 Lightning Wrapz designed up machine. And then, of course, everything goes good in Indianapolis with a little bit of milk. So you got to get a little bit from Treywick and the Move 56. Let's see what happens. So we're going to reel them down. Green flag's out. Let's see who takes this one home in North Wilkesboro. well. My, Nelson did not leave anything on the table. He goes blistering off the line. Looked like he got shot out of a cannon out of the start. Got shot out of a cannon, or he literally just found a whole nother gear off the line. Robert Kahn baffled a little bit, or he's just trying to save his tires up. Nelson, the early lead, drops it right in between. Trawick right now trying to gain a little bit of traction in between for Radford. Gonna move their way back onto the front straightaway now, rolling through the turns. Every driver for themselves here out of the gate as they will continue to battle hard up to the front. And just like a late model car, they have a very distinctive look. These super late models, they have a bit of a different feel to it, and a little bit more of a controlled traction. An interesting design on them, and a very, very tight cockpit here. But again, with the lightweight of these cars and the overall power the super lates have, they make them so hard to maneuver and control. But when you get them dialed in, you've got them dialed up. It's one of my favorite cars to drive back in the time I was racing with them. Now the late model stock kind of upstairs with them. But there's one track I always really liked racing these things at. It was always these bigger tracks like Iowa Speedway, North Wilkesboro, and I'll even throw in the Milwaukee Mile in there for a numerous amount of reasons. It was always one of my personal favorites to kind of have to figure out and kind of condone too. And make for just such an interesting dynamic of speed and overall power. While at the same time trying not to get too out of control with them. Gotta think about it too, they do look a lot like late models, but they have a little bit more of a wider gap, I've noticed, and a little bit more speed to them, of course. That's one thing I've kind of just noticed with them. It's kind of weird there. You got so used to calling the late models out there, I forgot all about these bad boys. Onboard cameras around on the track here as Troy Radford, the number 94, still keeps this spot up on Blake Trawick. And Pottling right out, doing a little bit of a back and forth affair there. Right out, falling back a little bit. Trawick trying probably to keep himself a little bit more on the cool edge side. Doesn't want to overdrive the corners too much here, but he's got quite a bit on his table here. Multiple wins throughout the series and the season. Not a guy you want to mess with, and certainly not a guy you want to try to take on head-to-head here with a track like this. But unless these guys can figure out how to drop an anchor on that number 7 of Cody Nelson, I don't think you're slowing him down anytime soon. The Fury of number 7, Cody Nelson, absolutely kicking it up a notch and putting it right onto the track. Big battle going up on ahead through turn number 3 and 4. Up the hill, down the slope. Robert Kahn sending his way through to make this one go. But Radford trying to say, nope, not letting you through that easily. Radford back on the top side. Now turn around the corner on the outside. He's still trying to hold him back in between. Kahn knows he's getting a little irritated with that. Wear that tire out though. Wear the right side's up. That will give him plenty of room to make some moves here. But those behind waiting out will have to try to fight back at him pretty quickly. Well aware of that timing and execution. Both guys still side by side. Not often you get a lot of side-by-side racing on these kind of tracks, because usually it's a lot of drivers just trying to mash the gas pedal and knock you up a little bit. In this case, though, it's all about timing and execution. Kahn trying to maneuver just like he wants to. Radford trying to build some speed back up on him. Nelson just loving every minute of what he's seeing, though, because the fact is he knows these guys continue to fight. He'll have all the room and time to just get away. See the 4-car battle here. Kahn in the 88, 94 Radford, Trawick in the 56, and Pottle in the 5. Each driver with their own set of skills and techniques being put to good use. And Pottle knows a thing or two about running these super late model cars. We talk about constantly what she's done in other leagues, such as Tim Terry's Motorsports Racing Leagues. She's been able to master a little bit of a gap and a little bit of a brewing speed amongst even legit late model drivers out on the circuit. From her time running down in Oxford to the time she ran through in Nashville to these other tracks, honestly, I think she all around has the most experience of the short track package that they're running, and also the car deal they're dealing with. Now again, Nashville, definitely a bit of a different place than this track, obviously. Nashville's all about kind of smoothing track out and entering out the sharp corners. North Wilkesboro asks you to be basically a little more precise and a lot more rhythmic in terms of where you roll the car through in the turn and then how hard you get back on that gas pedal. And look at this now, Cody Nelson. He may have took the early spots up, but now he's starting to regret it. The Charger of the 88 of Grubber Khan and the big 94 Radford is coming for him. Nelson may have realized that was probably not the smartest idea to drive that hard so early. Maybe he was expecting a little bit more of a fight out between those other two. Here comes the Snake. Slithering his way right up to him here, coming towards him. Khan being very patient here. And one thing I've noticed too is that when he got this direct drive installed and he started to put 2 and 2 together, I've noticed something. He's been a lot more under control. The car has been a lot smoother cornering in and cornering out. It doesn't matter what track he goes to. It seems like he just continues to improve and get better and better with that overall speed and endurance. His I rating doesn't lie either. Got a 32.10, whereas Nelson a 33.37. 35.37, excuse me. Troy Radford a 34.97. Trey Wick a 53.41. And then Pottle on the lower edge with a 15.09, but still taking down some guys like Michael Pratt in the 1987. Mike Wright out with that 10.57, and then 8.85 Roy Radford with a 15.51 of Eric Blount, although Blount's not running right now. But we've seen him when he does, still having to try to take on some of those other top hitters and can run it with them. But at the moment, it is still Cody Nelson on top. You can see the way the track is now kind of conforming in. You can see the banking just a little bit more off in turn number 3 and 4. You go down turn 1 and 2 though, it's almost like you're literally getting almost shot into a trapeze act. And if you miss that trapeze just by a little bit, you're going to end up finding yourself heading for the nets below. Or in this case, North Wilkesboro tightening up so bad you may want to wish you just hit the wall instead. Nelson right now currently on the binders, just trying to hold back that rattlesnake behind. The driver out of New Hampshire right now looking to try and showcase his talent and his speeds in the best possible way. And you can see too with that grass there. Oh, a little trouble down there in turn number 1 and 2. The throttle sent the bottle off track. Also Michael Pratt off the track. Trouble for both. And Pratt with the yellow coming out as well. Bit of a wild little spin out there coming off of turn number 1 and 2. We'll take a look at the replay here. Oh yeah, right there. Just slipped it up a bit. Yeah, she caught that grass just right there, honestly, going into that turn. I'm not sure, though, what happened to Michael Pratt down there. I'm kind of curious to know what exactly went wrong with him there. But it looked like, from my vantage point, once Pottle got in the grass, Mike Pratt just kind of got off the throttle and backed out of it. Let's see what happened here. Everything's looking okay here. And all of a sudden the power goes out on the 3 of Pratt. I don't know what the heck happened there. Well, I think it's safe to say that when the NASCAR Cup Series ran here for their little All-Star race, I think they had gotten pretty lucky that they didn't have to deal with the nonsense of that grass down there. Then again, that's just a thought, so what do I know? Well, gonna get him rod back up here, get him set back on the track here for another little raw display of performance. We are 1/5 of the way there so far. The Rattlesnake Robert Kahn going to take the race lead away. Cody Nelson, not sure if he just went into pit road or not. Yeah, he did, but it looks like pit stops were interesting here. Look at Nelson actually took all 4 tires and fuel. Kahn, Trawick, Radford. Not sure they just took right sides, or they took fuel only, but that was what they go for. Mike Rideout, Ray Radford, and Chantal Pottle also going in for fuel, but Pottle the only one to take tires. Either that or took a lot of time to get that damage fixed up. That was a 20-second pit stop compared to the 13 of Nelson. But here we go. We're going to roll him back off through turn number 2. First caution of the day, coming from a double whammy, if you will. Not the way you want to do it around here on Pizza Racing TV, but the Pit Stall Racing Series is ready to bunch up and fight out again. Fresh tires on the 7. Burnt rubbers and heads on the other 2. Who works it best in the field? Green's out to find out. Hard drive right out of the gate for Kahn. Trawick deep on the outside, trying to build speed up, build power to the straightaway. But that bottom lane's where you're going to get the best runoff. If you can get it to corner off just enough on that outside, though. He gets a little bit of a grab there. Look at Nelson. He's looking to the inside. He wanted to grapple with him. He's trying to pull him. He's trying to be like Ray Wyatt down there and tell them all, let me in. You think he was sly as a cat, tough as nails, and crazier than a $2 steak, like old Terry Funk down there. It's hard to see really where else they can go with it, but they are still stacked up, piled in. Radford joining the party. He's giving it everything he's got. Not trying to fight him. He's currently leading it out. Trawick, though, knows he's got a lot of problems on his hands, running the outside, burning tires up, meanwhile facing consequences. If that's behind him, though, too, Radford. Oh-ho! He's getting aggressive, and he's getting nudged around there a little bit. Man, Nelson, right now, I would not want to be in his shoes. This close to disaster and having to fight that hard for a position. Oh, he got him again right through turn number 1. Oh, my. Defender is not exactly letting up in neither of these cars. Oh, and he gets a little nudge there from the back. Chantal throttle Pottle. She comes in and gives old Nelson a little love tap. Not sure if that was intentional or what that was all about, but that was certainly a little bit of a clip in the back. We'll take a look at the replay. We just missed that coming off the back straightaway. See if Nelson comes to a little bit of a screeching halt here. Oh, yeah, right there, Nelson. He just jumped right in front of her. Pottle with nowhere to go and just gives him a complete bumper for his troubles. But really, obviously it wasn't intentional. There was nothing else she can do. Where else are you supposed to go when you're cornered off like that? Nelson, though, able to at least make it by Trawick. Now the driver's back, single file, trying to keep the rubber intact. You'll see that a lot, where drivers get a little too complacent. And Nelson almost losing it right down off by the corner banks. Man, you want to talk about heavy racing and heavy artillery being thrown at the track? Man, this is what you come to see. No quit, no give, no nothing. Just drive and survive. Robert Kahn, Troy Radford going head-to-head. Meanwhile, Treywick, Pottle, and Rideout going at it on Nelson. Kahn still trying to hold back Radford. Radford looking to try to make amends with him. And you can see Kahn too. Looked like he's backed off a little bit from his overall power there he had earlier. Smart thinking, if you ask me. Just live and let learn and figure out where you can take it from there. You can see too now the timing starting to become more and more affected on the 7. He got fresh tires and fresh rubber and fuel, but unfortunately for Nelson, I think he's starting to kind of figure out driving that hard out of the gate may not have been a smart move either. He got whacked in the back, he got taken for a ride, then he got trapped in the stack. And somehow it didn't seem like he got much damage, at least on the external side. The internal side may be a different story. Chantel Bottle's left front wheel just completely caved in thanks to that smack in the inside corner there. Absolutely horrendous hit there. Nothing she can do about it. But right now Mike Rideout trying to stay back with her. Look for an opening. Look for a chance to strive in big time. Yeah, it's good to see Rideout still being able to perform at such a high level, such a high pace. But knowing the overall temptation, the control he's having to work around right now, definitely got to be kind of fixing him up a bit, making him just a little bit more woozy on the speeds. It's a tough drive, man. It's tough to get figured things out around here, and it's harder to get things more lined up when you need it to. That's why it's always been about managing and manipulating your corners so you can get the best out of your equipment. Gotta kind of wonder though too, with how long will Nelson be able to hang on back there. Starting to look like more and more of that old Treywick. He's getting a little bit antsy down there. Rolling it back off on the turns here. Kahn still leading it. Radford right behind him there. 1/3 of the way done with this race. And still so much more to go. Passed out back on the track right more at the moment. Radford still looking for some kind of help or any kind of opening he can get at this point. All that power and momentum now really starting to we had a stranglehold this Straywick there, trying to make a run for him off the corner. Didn't quite catch him there and wasn't quite able to make the move. He caught up there to Nelson, but he just couldn't quite get it to go. Still hanging in there though. Meanwhile, back behind, Mike Rideout, Chantal Pottle, they're just starting to get a little separated out more as they go. Kind of surprised to see just how much of a tear up and a wear out on the track. It's forcing these drivers to have to really emphasize on the strategy or on the pit cycle of things. Mike Rideout right in behind as well. But meanwhile, up behind the field here, Ray Radford. Good to see him back out here on the show, but hasn't quite got any breaks today, quite any chances here on this end of the bargain. Looking to try to change that here. Keeping up momentum. Looks like a little trouble down there for the throttle. Chantal Pottle. Yeah, it is trouble. The 5 yet again. Even more issues in the left front, and the right front. Massive damage. She's got a problem. She's got a real big problem right now. Something going completely wrong on her app. Take a look and see what happened here. Oh, look at this right there. She caught the corner again. Try to save it. Rideout just getting right by her. Pottle able to get the car refired. Stays out of the way of the leaders after she refired it. But man, that was absolutely heartbreaking to see there. Yet again, another trouble for the 5. Just simply can't even catch a break. Racing is a cruel sport sometimes. It's actually extremely difficult. How hard it is just to even hang in there and really be able to hang out on the surface. So Khan still leading by about a half a second right now. We'll take a look at the lap times here and see where we're kind of playing this at. You can see that Radford had a little bit of speed earlier there from lap 74 and 75. And then just like that, it went completely out the window for him. And now he can't seem to quite get it back. Cody Nelson passed up by Trawick. Trawick making a pit for that one. Trawick not a slouch. He's pretty clever, and he'll figure out some tactics to take you down a few notches. He knows how to do it. Past halfway point right now here. Still drivers continue to kind of narrow their gaps down. Troy Radford, Ray Radford into pit road. Nelson and Pottle going at it a little bit here. As Nelson sees that he's got some company back behind him there. Pottle trying to make amends for what happened earlier on. Ray Radford here getting a little bit passed up there by Cody Nelson once more. Again, he's having all sorts of issues right now, just kind of keeping up his pace, keeping up his drive. And it seems to be kind of a real unfortunate incident for him and his team. But there's not much you can really do about it or really take to the time here. You got to work with what you got and race with what you have. This is certainly one of those deals. Late rallies right now. Robert Kahn and pit road as well now. Mike Rideout, Blake Trawick sticking out their speeds here. Mike Rideout again, he's doing that long run stint I was telling you about. It's a dangerous combo when he gets it going, but man, he can figure it out there. And right out now, pitting off, so the fuel run coming to a close here. I think they can only go about 70 to 75 laps in total before that fuel kind of spills out on them. That seemed to be the case here. Nelson now into the second spot. Trawick into the first spot. Perhaps Nelson was playing a little bit of, shall we say, possum out there. Maybe just trying to see what he can do to the drivers and get them kind of catched up here. Backed up now, right out, coming right up behind there with Nelson. Right out a lap down, and Nelson needs to get that lap back and get some chances to catch up here. Like right out here, right in behind Nelson's corner end, but Nelson just not letting him catch any breathing room. Dirty airflow certainly going to be a bit of a factor here with that kind of speed, that kind of overall cornering. And I think honestly that might be what's helping Nelson kind of stay out of trouble for the most part right now. As you can see what a damaged up car also looks like when you got a whole bunch of troubles on the tires on the front of the nose. Notice what Con was doing earlier and how he steered off. Now you see what the 5's dealing with. It's a completely different story. Pressure starting to mount here. Trawick coming up quick, coming up fast. Game plans right now looking to be more and more aware of what they need to do, but no one is safe from these kind of messes here. Gonna rally out our last bit of the race today. Only about 44 laps left. Coming down from the last bit here. Treywick now 3.5 seconds ahead. His gap's starting to intrude more, and it's now becoming even more and more difficult by the minute. Just got word that Michael Pratt right now is currently having to duck and cover where he's at here. Mad storms coming his way, so Pratt, trust me, coming from Tornado Alley, buddy. Stay safe out there. Do not get yourself into trouble. That's what I'll tell you there, buddy. Coming back around right now, Radford dealing with Khan behind him. Khan again a lap down though. Nothing he can really do about it. Radford trying to get there to Nelson as quick as possible here and see what he can do here at this case. Coming back around right now, entering through the turns here. Radford still holding on, but it's Nelson who is currently looking to be taken down for the wire and being taken down for the drive. Nelson just keeping his cool, keeping his distance. Radford trying to push his luck there and trying to build him up any speed he can. Nobody is safe from that kind of speed and that kind of power. It's all about how you maneuver and how you handle yourself in these dilemmas. Radford trying to hold on. Nelson looking for everything he can to just keep him back behind him. So much at stake and so much going on. Nelson just knows, though, with the 5.5 second gap from him and Treywick. Treywick is all but just starting to run away with this one. Mike Rideout and Khan trying to get their laps back and trying to get whatever time they can back. It's all but hurt them and their speed and credibility to take this real edge here. Skyrocketing their way in right now here. Treywick's still your race leader. 17 laps left to go. All but done and over with. He just needs to stay in control of his destiny. Right out, fighting Khan off. Khan just trying to hang in this one. Look for anything he's got. Radford looking to the inside. Oh, there's the bump. There's a run, but there is the runoff for Nelson. Radford got him in the corner. They're coming off running their 3 and their 4. But there was nothing he can do about it. They gave him the old proverbial love tap down there. Give him a love tap, try to get him out of the way. Oh, and that may be what he was hoping for, was Nelson to make that mistake. He wall ran it right into that wall. And he just got all the riddance of his control of that car. That thing took a nasty little hit there, and that thing is going to be a lot harder to control as he reels it off. Once you slam that suspension in like that and just break out any kind of other piece of equipment you got underneath there, you're literally driving at the mercy of whatever the heck you destroyed. And right now, I gotta believe Nelson probably destroyed a little bit of the framing and the housing in there, and it sounds like too he's even having a little gear shifting problems right now. He's shifting in and shifting out. I think he's got a problem right now with the transmission, or he's trying to hold Radford back. Radford hasn't been shifting the whole time. Nelson, though, has been for a little bit now, ever since that smack in the wall. Maybe trying to stay out of that wall protection and also keep Radford back behind him. But what it's doing is also hurting his chances to catch up to Treywick. Although at this point, the way this is looking, I think Treywick doesn't need any more help than he's already given himself. You know, hard to believe this guy right here too. Robert Kahn was leading the entire thing for quite a while. Now, all of a sudden, it's completely flipped on him. The script is no longer his, and now he's trying to redirect the movie back to the way he wants it to be. He wants the story of the rattlesnake to not be called Snake Bitten, but rather more of a friendlier tone, more of a comedic, more of a happier thought for him. Perhaps the life in the world of the snake. But it's not quite working out in his favor, except for now. Big jump on the outside, or head right out, but still a full lap down from him. Treywick at this point, he's just already ran off and got out of here. I don't think he really cares anymore. He saved the field, and now he's just running with it. Meanwhile, Centel Bottle trying to get up there with Khan and get back ahead of him. Oh, now the bumpers are getting put together. Bottle giving old Rideout a little love tap in the back. I know a thing or two about doing that, unfortunately. I say unfortunately because I didn't realize that tore up tires down there sometimes. I always just thought if you just nudge them around a little bit, maybe... Oh, I still do that! Just get him up there a little bit to the wall or get him out of your way a little bit. Call me a dirt driver if you want, but that one was a little bit on the riskier side there, I'll say to Radford. That was a nasty little hit there on Nelson. I don't think Radford's getting very happy about this. He wants that second spot. Nelson trying to hold him back, and now he's going to try to dip into the inside. Radford has had enough, waiting around, goes straight for the kill switch. To the bottom, now to the drop, and Nelson to the wall. He gets a piece of Khan, gets it out of there and into position. Bottle able to get around right out in the mix of that whole mess there. Now Nelson dealing with even more pressure, just having to fight back up to Radford, and with only 4 laps to go. Time running out. Bottle in trouble. She's lost to the corner again. The same turn that's bit her numerous times today. The grass lands down there in turn 2. It's just been one hard little trick to get around. And now 2 more laps remain. Radford's chances of getting the Treywick all but lost and gone out of this one. We've got 2 to go. Next time on by, we drop the white. Running it back down through turn number 3 into turn number 4. Blake Treywick has now secured it. White flag coming out for the 56. The fuel was good. The tires were just as good. Strategy plays this one out. Blake Treywick is going to secure the win and take another one home in the Pit Star Race Series. He'll win it in North Wilkesboro. Blake Treywick is our winner in the Super Late Models. Coming to the line down through turn number 3 and 4. Troy Radford having one last little battle with Con as Con tries it for a 5th place finish. Right out will take home 4th. Cody Nelson taking home 3rd, around out the top 5. Celebration time for the 56. Blake Treywick bringing it back home to Delvin. Another solid time and another solid race. Efforts for him. Very well executed. Very well done. Timing was impactful. And his execution was palpable. He's going to park it over there where the old signage is. Oh, man. What a race and what a time. Here is your race results on the screen here. A solid effort for Treywick. Will take him to victory lane. Your 3rd place, your 2nd place will go to Mr. Troy Radford. 3rd, then, of course, will go to Mr. Cody Nelson. Right out taking home 4th. 5th to the Rattlesnake Rubbercon. Chantel Potter going to go 6th. 7th to Ray Radford. Michael Pratt, unfortunately, having to leave due to, well, let's just say some things flying in the air that shouldn't be. And then Eric Blount, not able to make the call today. Let's take a listen to your top 3 drivers now. Join them here on the call here. Should be interesting to hear from them here. I don't know when we'll get Cody Nelson with us here, so we're going to drop the 3rd place finish marker for him there. A big congratulations to him and his team for managing to mark their way down onto the edges there. Troy Radford's supposed to be with us here as your 2nd place finisher. We know Blake Treywick will show up any minute now, so a solid 2nd place though for him and his crew. A very good effort and a very good drive off. Long road and a long fight there for him and his team, but it certainly was not without merit. So a great showing from him there. And then of course our race winner Blake Treywick. What can you say about him? What can you say about him? Just absolutely picture perfect strategy. Timed it out beautifully and took everybody to the limit. Well, we're going to give them the countdown marker now, ladies and gentlemen. It is now their choice to whether or not they can make it in or they will not be interviewed. It is their choice. We'll give them just a minute and a half or so. You always give them a second to breathe and take their chance, so. Still waiting to see if we will have the other drivers show up. If not, then we are going to pull the plug and call it a day. We are going to give them a chance, though. We want to at least let them have a chance. We aren't cruel and unusual drivers and fans and human beings alike. We like to give them a chance at least to show up. Doesn't look like we're going to get any word back yet, though, or they will join us. So it looks like it is time indeed to gotta start wrapping it up. And ladies and gentlemen, it's been a fun time here. What can we say about North Wilkesboro? The old grassroots racing coming into play. Beautiful on-track performances and a lot of hard racing with a few mix-ups in between, but that's just part of the racing. Ladies and gentlemen, a big thank you to our friends at Fort Worth Screen Printing. A very big thank you to them. Be sure to visit them up at fortworthscreenprinting.com for the custom design t-shirts and designs made your way with your logos and all that. The only place to do it, fortworthscreenprinting.com. Also, a very big thank you to John T. Garrett Twitch channel. Be sure to visit him up at John T. Garrett on Twitch for more information. And also, from Lightning Wrapz, a big thank you to them as they preside with the best racing designs and the best designs made at an affordable price. Lightning Wrapz is always looking to bring you the best designs into your library, so be sure to visit them up at Lightning Wrapz on Facebook for more information. I guess that's it, guys. We're going to call it a night here from all of Speed to Race TV. We'll see you guys Sunday morning and night, as we'll present you a doubleheader, Porsche Cup Challenge, and Pedal to Metal Racing League. We'll see you guys then.